Hello guys, how's it going? Guided by Jesus here, bringing you another awesome Clash Royale video. And on today's episode, I want to share with you guys the deck that helped me get to 3,900 trophies. That is a current new record for me, and this is the deck right here, guys. It is awesome. This deck features the legendary graveyard, and here I want to share with you guys how I actually managed to get this card. I actually got it from a crown chest. As most of you guys know, I am a free-to-play player, and I had promised to share with you guys the footage of how I got this card. So here it is. I got it from a crown chest. I actually got this about a week and a half ago, before I featured the Golem Graveyard deck for the Double Elixir Challenge, and I didn't want to share it on that video just because it would have been way too long if I also shared this footage on that video. So here it is, guys, and I'm just really hoping I get a minor next. That is the one legendary I want the most. So here I want to show you guys my activity log, just so you guys can see that I only used this deck for the last two matches I played, and I won with both games, guys. On both games I won, and that is actually really important to me because it just goes to show that this deck really has potential. The fact that I managed to get a new trophy record with a very new deck that I'm new to, and I haven't really gotten the best out of it yet because I haven't learned the best ways to combine cards and what to use mostly in offense and what to use mostly in defense. Even though I have used most of these cards already, there's always something new to learn when you first play a deck, guys. Like, what cards do you want to hold for defense, and exactly how you want to play, where you want to position your cards in the arena. And so the fact that I won both of the first matches that I played with this deck just shows me how strong it can actually be. And look at the level of my opponent's deck, guys. His cards are really high level, and my cards are extremely low level for where I am. For a level 10 player that is more than halfway to being a level 11, I only have a level 7 giant right now, level 1 graveyard, guys, level level 9, level 10 archers actually, I'm sorry, but that is really not all that impressive, guys. So here it is. As you guys can see, I have my archers and giant. He does fireball the archers. However, if he doesn't do anything, this giant is just going to destroy this tower, guys. And there it is, leaving it at only 400 HP. And I'm pretty sure, no, actually now since we're watching the replay, I do still have the elixir advantage. So how crazy is that? To not only be in a huge lead right in the beginning of the game, but also have a huge elixir advantage here against the player that is at the same trophy range as me and has way higher level cards here, guys. So I am going to use my zap here to reset this Inferno Tower. However, he does have extremely high level barbarians, so I do use my graveyard a little bit more to the left than I usually place it, just hoping that the graveyard would distract his barbarians and keep that giant alive for as long as possible. However, that did not work quite well. So here I am focusing on stopping his push here on the left. So I throw everything I've got here. He does zap my skeleton army, so I throw down the well played there for him. He was able to get a lot of damage to my tower there. However, there's only 5 seconds left on the clock, so if I do manage to pull off 300 HP from his tower, I do win the game. However, I was only able to get his tower down to 229. I know that whoever makes the first push here and will win the game. So that's what I do. I throw down my graveyard, and now I'll just arrow for the final hit points, guys. And I'm not even sure what won that match, if it was the arrows or if it was the graveyard. So that was a really good game right there against a player that had way higher card levels than I did. So here we jump on to the second replay, and it is also against a Royal Giant deck. However, this is an extremely different deck, guys, because he does use a lot of chip damage cards. So as you guys can see, he started off the game with the Furnace, and level 8 Furnace actually managed to get one of the Fire Spirits to the opponent's tower, dealing about 170 damage or so per hit, guys, every time one of those furnaces makes to the tower. So my opponent does have level 11 barbarians as well, and that is just completely going to devastate my giants. So I know that what I have to do here to win this game is just become creative in how I'm going to get around those giants, guys. I mean those barbarians, I'm sorry. So I do place down my giant here all the way on the back again to try to mount a massive push. However, in the beginning 2 minutes of the game, even though I'm also going to play offensively, it's always good to attack. Sometimes the best defense is offense. However, this deck shines most in the double elixir, guys, because giant and graveyard are such strong such high elixir cost cards. They do shine mostly on double elixir, and I tried placing that graveyard there to distract the tower and allow my mega minion to make it to the tower and deal a lot of damage. However, his tower did target the mega minion first instead of the graveyard, so that was pretty much a wasted graveyard. As I told you guys, this is only the second game I play with this deck, so I still have a lot to learn with it. And so here I'm going to go ahead and place the giant down to distract the princes and avoid getting the princes to deal damage to my tower. And so that's what I'm talking to you guys about. I have to figure out a way of how to get around those level 11 barbarians because they just kill my giant in 1 second. And so that is why I sit at 10 elixir here. I'm just thinking what I'm gonna do to get around those barbarians, and so I decide to place my skeleton army so that they would get in front of the giant and distract the barbarians. And since he logged that, I opt to use the graveyard here early, and that is just gonna confuse him, making him use the barbarians all the way back at my skeleton army instead of the giant. And what that does is it allows my giant to tank, and it allows my graveyard to build up. They're taking that tower down in one single push, guys. Only 2 seconds left on the clock here, and that is game. He barely even touched my towers. So once again, we beat a player here with much higher level troops than I had, and he actually had 2 legendary cards, guys. So there we go. We're going to play another game here, and this is going to be a live battle here to see if we can break our trophy record even further. And I want to just go ahead and show you guys more footage of this awesome new deck that I just got. So we're going to go ahead and zap my opponent's Goblin Barrel here. And now, since I see that the giant is the next card on my rotation, I know that I can start mounting up a push here. So I place those archers. Those archers are gonna help take down that miner without letting it do that much damage to my tower, and I arrow down his skeleton army. So one crucial thing you guys want to do is start to remember in your head what cards your opponent has, so that you guys have an idea of when they're going to be getting those cards again. So for example, I know he used the miner, and that was about 3 cards ago, so I know that after he uses 1 or 2 more cards, he's gonna have the miner available again. So there you guys can see. So because I was aware of that, I already knew in advance what I was gonna play in case I saw that miner coming, and so I opted to use the skeleton army instead of the zap for the goblin barrel, because that way I could save the zap for something important like skeleton army or to reset his inferno tower instead. And so I know that he's using a zap bait deck here, and I'm pretty familiar with that deck, so whenever I see the opportunity to use the skeleton army to defend against that goblin barrel, that's what I'm gonna do. So here, because I didn't have my zap, I chose to use the skeleton army in front of the giants to distract that Inferno Tower. However, he did use the log on it. So now I know I'm gonna have to come up with something else, something different in order to get past that Inferno Tower. But double elixir just showed up, guys, and now is where our deck is gonna really shine. So I do use this giant here in front of the minion, and I'm gonna mount a massive push. I'm just gonna go ahead and place the graveyard in early. I know his Inferno Tower is about to expire, so he's gonna have to waste elixir on another one, making it so he can't defend all that well against my graveyard. And just like that, guys, we take down his tower. Just incredible push here. Our Mega Minion and our Giant still surviving off of that. So with only 23 seconds on the clock, all we have to do here is defend, because of the fact that my opponent still has to get half of my HP's tower there. It's still at 1400 HP, guys. 10 seconds, 9. There's no way my opponent is going to be able to pull something off here. 1 second, and that is the game right there. And just like that, guys, we have gotten a new trophy record with this brand new deck. So this is very promising, guys. I can't wait to see where this deck gets me. Is this deck going to be the one that gets us past 4,000 trophies? I don't know. It certainly does look promising, and I'm very optimistic about it, guys. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Share your comments down below, and of course subscribe for more Clash Royale content.